While I prefer coffee, I can't deny that a shot of adrenaline is a good wake-me-up. And there are worse ways to get that adrenaline fix than a classic roller coaster. Personally, they're not my kind of blend. But for millions of thrill seekers, roller coasters provide a rush like no other. The highs and lows of roller coasters can be a heart-pumping experience, but I have to ask, is something that specifically gives you the feeling of danger safe? It's good that today's amusement rides have teams of engineers and safety experts that use the accumulated knowledge of their fields to design new rides with extreme care. Not to mention the rigorous testing they undergo before anyone is allowed on them. So, what would happen if someone used all that accumulated knowledge to do the exact opposite? Oh goodness, someone actually did that. Okay, just give me a second to pour another cup. Alright, this video will be covering a ride created for the purposes of euthanasia. Doctor-assisted euthanasia is a very controversial topic, and we would urge anyone experiencing mental distress or terminal illness speak with their doctor about what is right for them. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. The Euthanasia Coaster is an amusement park ride intended exclusively for, as the name might hint, those suffering from painful terminal illnesses. This self-described mourning sculpture was dreamed up by Lithuanian engineer and mad scientist Euthanasia Coaster. This is the same guy who made a pop-up hotel that would induce lucid dreaming, an opera described as a workout by musical astronauts, and designed a planet made of human corpses. And you thought a roller coaster that kills you was the worst thing in this video. Oh, wait, no, he also made an interactive art exhibit that required his audience to use an emetic spatula, or metal finger, to emancipate the contents of their stomachs into a bucket. That's the worst thing in this video. The roller coaster was presented in model form at the Human Plus exhibit from the Science Gallery in Dublin. When built, Urbanus' device would stretch a massive 4.7 miles long and 1,640 feet tall. This roller coaster would involve a single high drop that leads into a series of 7 loop-de-loops engineered to keep a person at 10 Gs of head-to-toe vertical force for a full minute. FYI, fighter pilots can only survive 8 to 9 Gs because they have specifically engineered suits to keep them from passing out. By about halfway through the first loop, the roller coaster car would be in a continuous upward slope, maintaining the G-forces required to, well, you know. If you were to hypothetically ride this thing, you might start to feel yourself press into the seat. But as Urbanus states on his own website, most probably you are already unconscious, as this force rushes the blood to the lower extremities of the body, thereby causing oxygen deficiency in the brain. At 10 Gs, the heart isn't up to the task of creating enough pressure to pull the blood out of the legs and keep it flowing to the brain. Still, some more resilient riders may make it through the first loop, which is precisely why there are still 6 more to go. If you are still conscious, you are more resistant to the high G-forces than the majority of people. Be assured the second loop will definitely do its job, Urbanus explained. These repeating loops would keep the blood flow away from the brain, leaving anyone on board to pass away in a thrilling ride. Thankfully, this was only ever a hypothetical. We'll never get to ride this, and even if we did, there would be ample opportunities to change our minds. The long ride up would give anyone interested in riding enough time to reflect on their decision, and the choice to actually take the plunge would have to be conscious. The way Urbanus designed the ride, only by pressing a fall button at the top of the rise would the ride actually engage. So if anyone did want to take it for a spin, they'd have to be really, really dedicated. As for me, I get enough thrills at home. What did I tell you about fire?
What? I didn't even use lighter fluid this time.